Creature Commandos is coming out on Max December 5th. This is the first part of the new DCU's first chapter, called Gods and Monsters, which is basically a 5-year plan Warner Brothers has for DC. I'm here to fill you in on all the Creature Commandos and DCU news that was shared on Saturday at New York ComicCon. First, let's start off with a fun fact. This was James Gunn's first appearance at NYCC. After the success of Peacemaker, James Gunn wrote Creature Commandos for DC. Gunn wrote the scripts before he was appointed the co-chairman and co-CEO of DC. After his promotion, he greenlit the project. According to Gunn, this is the best experience he's ever had on a project that he's worked on, and that includes Guardians of the Galaxy and Avengers films. While the DCU was just getting started, Gunn was quick to inform fans that this project, as well as other future DC projects, will all be different and have their own aesthetic. The series will reportedly be a stylistic, grounded feel with lots of action, while being a more adult-friendly project. Bobby Pills, a French team who specializes in adult animation, is credited for the series' animation. Gunn told the audience at NYCC that his involvement with the series is as a creator, showrunner, writer, and partial director. By partial director, he means that he directed the voice acting, but not the animation. James wrote many of the characters with specific actors in mind. For example, Sean Gunn, who James has frequently collaborated with, as well as David Harbour and Frank Grillo. As for specifics on the characters, Gunn noted that while this is a team-up story, it is not like Guardians of the Galaxy. In fact, these characters are darker, more flawed, and don't die in this show with a purpose. It's unlike Yondu's death in Guardians 2, Gunn pointed out. We'll get to see most of the characters' origin stories, which some, the cast acknowledged, are tragic. There's humor and cringiness in the story thanks to its violent nature. Weasel, from the Suicide Squad, is reappearing, voiced by Sean Gunn. Sean is also voicing G.I. Robot. He mentioned how excited he is for G.I. Robot because he thinks one of the strongest character traits of G.I. is his hatred of Nazis. Sean told the audience that this was maybe his favorite project that James Gunn has ever written. David Harbour, who most of us know from Stranger Things, is voicing Frankenstein. He said that he loves Frankenstein because he sees him as a large character with the inner workings of a tantrumy 4-year-old. Harbour revealed to the audience that Frankenstein was created to be a companion, even though he's very off-kilter. Needing a mate, Harbour said, is very important to Frankenstein's survival, and one is created for him. Which Harbour said is unfortunately a flawed plan. Frankenstein's bride is apparently the closest thing in this show will have to a protagonist. Frank Grillo is voicing Rick Flag Sr. Flag and Frankenstein are apparently going to have a bromance. Grillo said that Flag Sr. will show up quite a bit in the near future. In fact, Flag will also be in Peacemaker Season 2 and Superman. This was music to the audience's ears because in early stages of the DCU, James Gunn stated that DC Studios' plan is to incorporate animation, live action, and video games all into one big story. Grillo and Gunn stated that they have been talking about working together for some 7 years now. After reading the script, Grillo said that he immediately fell in love with the show. He tells us that he will play Flag as a straight shooter. Relatively unknown actress Zoe Chow is voicing Nina Mazursky. Nina is an aquatic being who wears a water suit and eats food through a tube near her helmet. In humoring the audience, James Gunn said that by episode 2, he will share funny footage of Grillo and Maria Baklava's character, Princess Alana Rostovic, having sex. Apparently Grillo and Baklava had to record moaning sounds for their steamy scene, and both of them ended up making out with their hands in the recording booth. The last bit of big news is something we already knew from the newest trailer, which is that Viola Davis will be reprising her role as Amanda Waller. Above all else, Gunn told the audience it won't be necessary to watch the previous DC projects to follow along with Creature Commandos. It is created to be a starting point for the DCU, though there are references to other DC projects, which will then make them canon. We got a few quick updates on projects like Season 2 of Peacemaker, and films like Superman, Supergirl, and Lanterns. Season 2 of Peacemaker is currently filming. Gunn said he was just filming the show the night before showing up at the NYCC, and he'll resume filming on Monday. He revealed that Greg Mottola, the director of Superbad, has directed episodes 2 and 3 of Peacemaker, which Gunn says are 2 of the best of the whole series of Peacemaker. Gunn and his creative team are deep in the edit of Superman. Gunn says that Crypto will be an incredible part of the story, while also saying David Cornsweet will blow people the F away, and that Rachel Brosnan is a Lois to die for. DC has their director and actress for Supergirl. Craig Gillespie, director of I, Tonya, is set to direct. And actress Millie Alcock, who plays Rhaenyra Targaryen in House of the Dragons, is set to play Kara Zor-El. The film will start shooting in England in January of 2025. It will be based off of the Woman of Tomorrow comic and is going to be a completely different take on a superhero. Lanterns is said to be very grounded and real. It is in the very early stages of development, but if you either live under a rock or just don't follow this stuff, it has been revealed that the Green Lanterns will be Kyle Chandler, who is playing a much older and more seasoned Hal Jordan, and the emerging star Aaron Pierre, who will play Jon Stewart. Until next time, everyone, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you're a pop culture buff like me and want more news, reactions, recaps, reviews, and essays, please like and subscribe to my channel.